And while I'm on the floor, Mr. President, I want to mention just a couple of other things, more letters we continue to get about what happens, the unintended consequences when government thinks it can better manage people's health care than they can themselves. I'm going to give 3 examples here today that have come in just the last few days. Brandon from St. James, Missouri says, and this is right out of his letter, I purchased a separate health insurance policy for my college-age son because it was cheaper than continuing to carry a family policy. It was a good policy with a decent deductible through Blue Cross Blue Shield. We received a notice that his insurance was going to be canceled. This was alarming to us and just plain wrong. The goal of Obamacare was supposed to be to get more people insured instead of doing the opposite. It was canceling his insurance. And then Brandon goes on to say, then we got another notice that says, well, the president's decided to let these policies last another year. Brandon says now he's concerned about what happens, as many people are, at the end of that year. You know, the more we postpone, the more we delay, the more we say the law doesn't mean what the law says, the more confused, of course, people are. But when you've got a bad law, postponing and delaying it has some merit. Jerry from Jefferson City says he has a plan with really good benefits. And according to Jerry, under the president's health care plan, his plan will now in the future be subject to an additional tax because he was fortunate enough to have a really good plan. Something else you wouldn't have thought you'd done if you're trying to get people to have insurance that they want and hopefully as good an insurance as they could have. And the third example, Mr. President, Earl is from Palmyra. He says he's a senior citizen and found his longtime preferred doctor is no longer in the network. So his copay to see the doctor that he has always seen went from $20 a visit to $45 a visit. So much for the pledge that if you like your health insurance, you can keep it, or if you like your doctor, you can keep it. I'd hope that we could find a way to rally around the health care challenge for everybody, like we figured out a way to rally around the health care challenge for veterans. We need a system that doesn't create all kinds of unintended consequences, but just makes it easier for people to have access to the insurance they want, not the insurance the government says they should have. And I would yield the floor. I see my colleagues are joining me, and I'd yield the floor, Mr. President.